So, this is a true story, and that's that when I was in fourth or fifth grade, we got like the sex talk, and they separated the girls from the boys. I don't even fucking know what they told the boys because I wasn't there, but the girls got this like talk about periods, and I think we watched a video about it. Um, but in all seriousness, I didn't comprehend what was being said to me. I think I couldn't get over the whole concept of a period that I like my comprehension level just stopped there because I was convinced and I didn't find out until later. I'm serious about this. I was convinced that once you had your period, you would have it continuously, nonstop, until you hit menopause. I'm serious. I really believed that. I guess I believed that because in the video, if I'm remembering correctly, there was it was like some stupid, corny like after school, shitty production, whatever. But it was like, and now you have your period. And they would show like actually, and here are the various products you can use for your period. And they would show like an entire year supply, like three giant um bags of pads, like 10 different types of tampons, like something you would need for like an entire year of your period, probably even more than that. So that's why I was like, oh my God, you just have your period forever. I didn't understand it. Obviously, not long after that, I did comprehend it, but I just wasn't, my brain was not mentally able to understand what was being taught to me. And it very well might have been like me kind of just like shutting down when I was like, I can't imagine having my period. And then I just like couldn't get past that and I was refusing to listen. I don't remember, it was a long time ago. But I'm saying that kids are not capable of understanding a lot of things. I actually had a friend who told me that she didn't understand PIV until like they had like the period, like the sex talk thing to lesson in elementary school, but she said she didn't get it until like much later because she didn't get it. Okay. So I'm saying you can't apply a lot of things that adults do and expect kids to get it all the time. Um Honestly, also this happened to me in elementary school. By the way, this is how fucking woke I was raised. Okay, this is how woke I grew up. Because honestly, my parents were not really woke, but the town I grew up in fucking was. So when I was in sixth grade, we we were actually, my school was in the newspaper because it was the first school to have um a gay straight alliance. I'm coming. Come on in. Come on in. Come here. Now you gotta be on camera for crying. My school was the first middle school to have a gay straight alliance. And like the kids who ran the gay straight alliance, one of them who's Tiff now, by the way, by the fucking way. The kids who ran it were like, yeah, this is gay straight alliance, like blah blah blah. They just came in and like had a chat with our class, and like in all seriousness, my 11-year-old self was not ready to hear that. They were like, yeah, some people are romantically interested in men, and some people are romantically interested in women, and some people are romantically interested in both. And I was like, I'm 11. I haven't even held hands with a boy romantically. But you're in here telling me, like, maybe one day, like, telling me about sex, basically. I was like, my brain just, like, short circuited, honestly. And I was like, I'm supposed to know who I'm going to be romantically attracted to as an adult when I'm ready to date? Like, that was a lot, right? Anyway, the point is that teaching kids certain things or thinking that kids are going to comprehend certain things or be okay with certain things isn't necessarily the case. And I'm convinced I'm a prophet because all this shit that I've been talking about for years, many of which I was ridiculed and doxxed for, Blair and Kaylee. Sorry, you like to be called Calvin, my mistake. Now everyone's catching on. Now it's cool. Now people are finally like, oh yeah, that's too much. Maybe we shouldn't be telling kids about transgenderism in school. So now it's cool to be at least critical of transgenderism. Let me just tell you something that fucking bothers me, and that's that people I see all of the time, I see this comment constantly on transgender bullshit, transgender mental illnesses. People are like, I am not okay with kids transitioning, but if an adult wants to do it, that's okay. No, the fuck it isn't. Why is it okay for an adult to do that and not okay for a kid? Someone who wants to physically mutilate themselves, no matter if they're 18 or 45, that person is not mentally okay. I know I've said this in other videos, but I heard from someone who is like a known figure in radical feminism. I heard her say that she heard this from an actual human being, of this woman who transitioned, right, who was an adult, okay, this woman who transitioned, and once she transitioned, she said, okay, I'm gonna be able to get my girlfriend pregnant now, right? Because she was not mentally okay. She was not mentally able to comprehend, and clearly hadn't had any fucking sex ed. And now it's biting us all in the ass that we've done this. That children were indoctrinated, and now it's biting us all in the ass. And the sex ed that was there is way the fuck worse. Because it has to include transgenderism. I'm so sick of this shit. Also, if you teach kids about transgenderism, that makes them do it. Sorry. That makes them think that they're trans, because you're essentially teaching them sexism, and then you're teaching them like, oh, you have to be this, that, and the third in order to be that. So it's usually girls, though. It's obviously usually girls because of all the fucking misogyny. And there's this book called Irreversible Damage by Abigail Shrier, and it talks all about this, and it talks a lot about I always say it wrong, rapid onset ROGD, rapid onset gender dysphoria, because transgenderism is, my cat is distracting me, it's social contagion, and it happens within groups of girls. Rapid onset gender dysphoria. Like, one girl becomes trans and then her entire friend group becomes trans. It's real fucking stupid, but it's the type of thing kids do, okay? It's the type of shit kids get up to. They want to conform. They want to be like their friends, right? But I digress. My point is that I was talking about these exact issues publicly. I was talking about it before, by the way, but I was talking about it publicly on YouTube starting in 2018. Everyone made fun of me, and everyone thought I was so stupid, and I was such a TERF. I mean, some of them still do. And I just got ridiculed, into oblivion. But now it's cool. now it's acceptable, and now it's starting to get a lot more popular to be against transgenderism. And what also really fucking bothers me is that a lot of people who said nothing about the issue before are now speaking up and saying a lot of things. Like, I don't like to give this example, but I'm going to give this example. Like, I did see an interview with one of the gals who was at Harvard when Liar Thomas, the Tim who was LARPing as female, joined the women's swim team. Mate, I'm fucking leaving Harvard. I would have left Harvard over that, because apparently when that happened, they were all of the women on the team were like given a talking to and told, like, if you don't agree with this and if you speak up against this, like, you're gonna get kicked out of the university, you're gonna get kicked off the team, you're gonna be on the wrong side of history. I would have been like, bye, and I would have fucking gone to the press about it. Honestly, I would have. Too bad I'm not someone who fucking goes to Harvard or ever would. But anyway, y'all locos want to have me as a guest, hit me up. But anyway, a guest speaker. I'm saying all of this stuff that was unpopular when I was talking about it is now becoming popular, and I'm annoyed by it. But what I was saying was that these people who didn't do jack shit about everything I'm talking about or anything I'm talking about are now suddenly like coming out of the woodwork and being like, oh, it's a problem. Oh yeah, she's right. Or like, oh yeah, transgenderism isn't right to teach kids. Oh yeah, it's wrong to mutilate children and sterilize them. Yeah, it's wrong to do that to adults too. It is, but I digress. Now something else that's getting popular is choice feminism, which Terry and I live streamed about multiple times, multiple years ago. But, I mean, okay, here's the thing though, I don't expect everyone to have seen those live streams by any means. I don't think, obviously, Terry has way more followers than me and way more viewers than me, but I don't expect everyone to have seen that or to be like, oh, Leah TV said this, but like, I'm not saying that, okay? But the fact of the matter is that you could have fucking come to that conclusion on your own without ever having seen me or known me or watched one single second of my videos. Like, when I went to the Wimixons March a couple years ago, I barely saw any signs about women. Like, barely any. Because they were all about transgenderism. Like, you could have looked around and been like, this is sort of a problem. Also, I'm going to say this. I'm trying not to make this video too long. Unfortunately, I was not at all surprised when Roe v. Wade got overturned, because I really had a problem with the fact that transgenderism had basically infiltrated the pro-voice political side of things. Transgenderism had basically deprioritized, women's right to abortion, because everyone who supposedly cared about women's right to abortion now was a transgender warrior and prioritizing transgenderism over women's rights. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Okay. I'll just say, I think I said this in a comment recently, is like, because y'all know that I used to be a transgenderism warrior. I used to be a trans ally. I used to be all pro-trans, right? When I was all pro-trans and I started hearing things like chest feeding and birthing parent, I was like, that is too much. I was like, that is too fucking far. And midwives and doulas and whoever the heck in the realm of pregnancy and childbirth, they need to say, okay, stop. They need to say, okay, no, I'm not entertaining this transgender bullshit. Absolutely not. But they didn't. But they didn't, and a lot of them haven't, because a lot of them are still doing the trans retardation, and it drives me crazy. So, okay, I forgot I was even going to talk about this. This is the last one. Well, I basically did already, which is the choice feminism thing, which is like basically saying that anything a woman does, any choice a woman makes is valid. Now, finally, that's starting to become unpopular. People are making really critical critiques and commentary about women who do stupid shit like have 10 kids by a deadbeat or have 10 kids by the time they're 35 and have almost no income. Like, people are like, that's not really good. Yeah, no shit. No fucking shit, bro. It hasn't been good since it's been going on, which is almost forever. But now you want to talk about it. Okay. Hopefully we'll get to the point soon where people start calling surrogacy gestational prostitution, because that is in fact what it is. I didn't mean for this video to just be me like angry the whole time, or like annoyed the whole time, or like talking shit on people the whole time, but that's what's happened. And this is the reason that I'm tired of this shit.